Midday, Kentucky, everyone. We are in the kitchen with Miss Allison Davis again. She's wielding a knife, so we need to be careful.
Right.
All right, so what are we making today, Allison?
All right, so this week is all about fresh farm produce, just farmers market items that maybe we don't know necessarily what to do with, or we're just looking for a change up, right, from the norm. So this certainly is that. You're like, what are these?
I was like, what are these? I don't even know.
These are sometimes known as like the flying saucer squash.
Yeah, they do. They do.
But this is called patty pan squash, and we can get this from the farmer's market. It's another summer squash variety.
Okay.
You really don't see them that often in the grocery stores, just around this time when they're in season, and we're getting some local stuff in from some of the local farms.
Gotcha.
Similar, you know, in flavor to yellow squash and zucchini squash.
Okay.
But just a little different in shape, and it's just another variety.
Yeah, awesome.
So we're going to do a pan-seared patty pan squash. I say that 5 times fast.
That is hard to say.
So we're going to do a pan-seared patty pan squash with basil, some chive garnish, some leeks, and then throw in a little bit of goat cheese just to kind of coat it and be creamy. And then I've got this amazing balsamic vinegar that I'm just going to like drizzle over the top. So it's very simple preparation, but just something different.
Okay.
And so in the pan, what I've got working here is a little butter. And what I like to do with the butter is I like to get it going and actually get it to where it starts to brown.
Okay.
Have you heard of brown butter sauces, like with pastas and things? So really, brown butter just takes on another layer of flavor. And really, if you just have the patience to let it kind of heat up and start to foam, like you can see, it will start to brown, and it just gives this toasty, lovely, just melt in your mouth flavor.
Yum, 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 yum.
So I've got some leeks, and I love using leeks when I can in recipes. Just another way of using something other than onion.
Okay.
And leeks have just this milder flavor, but to me, just its own flavor altogether. So like my favorite soup's leek and potato soup because the leeks really add so much, you know, to the soup.
So they're kind of like an onion, kind of
like an onion, green onion, like celery, like, but they have their own distinct flavor.
Okay.
So we're going to go in with our leeks first and kind of soften those up.
All right.
There you go.
Thank you.
And you can smell it. Do you smell it?
I do.
When the butter browns, it starts to smell like popcorn.
Yeah,
and that's when you know it's just by the smell itself, because there's that fine line, you know, between brown and burnt. All right, and then I'm just going to take the squash. You don't have to de-seed it or anything, and we're just going to cut it down into just some smaller pieces.
So you just literally cut it in half,
and I'm just cutting it to smaller pieces. And then we're going to start to add our squash in and just let it start to saute. Now, there's several different things that you can do with patty pan squash.
Okay.
I read a recipe where they hollowed out the center and used it in a vegetable tray to hold the dip, and then had like different vegetables around.
Very
so it was
fancy.
a beautiful presentation with that.
Yeah.
The other thing is you can just cut it right in half, and then you can grill it, and it'll soften up, and it'll just be a really nice like vegetable to go with your steaks or corn on the cob, you know, just something different.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yum.
All right, so I'm going to finish cutting this one up, and then we're just going to keep letting that saute. And one thing I'll tell you is sometimes you don't have to continuously stir.
Yeah.
Let it sit, and it's really going to get some of that sear and caramelization
on the bottom.
And then you'll flip it, and you'll notice you get this nice brown coloring going on.
Gotcha.
So kind of the aromatics and flavors that are going to go in with this squash, again, are some basil and chive. And again, this time of year, basil is just
huge.
The best.
Yep.
And I'm just doing a nice, like, kind of rough chop on the basil. And if you guys could only smell how
it just
good
smells
this smells
so fantastic. It really does.
Some chives. And I'm going to reserve a few of the chives just to sprinkle over the top at the end, because it makes for a nice garnish.
Very nice.
And I love that about chives. You can use the entire thing.
Yes.
You know, instead of like green onions where you sometimes have to cut parts off, you can use all of the chive. We're going to season this up with salt and pepper. And then once these caramelize a little bit, we are going to plate them up. And then my final drizzle is going to be this bit of balsamic vinegar. And this is a reduction, so it's nice and thick.
Okay.
Which you can do yourself. And I think we've done that in other segments. But you can buy them already reduced.
Ready to go.
It's just easy Easy
Good.
peasy.
Well, I like easy peasy. Well, thank you so much, Allison. And for this recipe and many other recipes, go to our website at WTVQ.com/Midday Kentucky. Go to the recipes tab, or you can check out the recipe on Allison's website, wildtimecooking.com. And we will be right back right after this short break. Stick with us.